Thank you all so much for stopping by today. So I wanted to share with you this particular bed right here that we're going to get ready to pull. Although the weather is getting cooler and the marigolds, other than the ones that I need to deadhead, like they are becoming so pretty and so colorful. But we're going to go ahead and pull these two. We're going to stop playing around. These were bush beans that we direct sowed in this bed around mid to late July. Now, what I had here before were some determinate tomatoes, and I will link that video that shares with you all about the difference between determinate, indeterminate tomatoes, the uses for tomatoes, all of that. But we had that in this bed. We harvested everything that was in here. And the only thing that we really left, y'all, were the lime thyme. So it is a lime flavored thyme. And so this is going to allow me to get this back to the light because the bush beans were covering it. But what I wanted to share with you all really quick is because somebody asked me this. They were like, what's the difference between like bush beans and the other beans? So you got two main beans. One's bush beans, which this one is, and the other is pole beans. And the big difference for me is the pole beans can get like really tall. They need trellising. They need to be staked. Sometimes they can get about 7 to 10 feet tall. And then they grow upward. And to me, they have like a longer harvest window. The bush beans are great to start. They are more compact. They only get about maybe two, depending on the variety, maybe 2 to 3 feet tall. And they just kind of put the beans on the plant all at once like this. If you could see. But because we're getting into the fall season, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to harvest this whole bed and just leave the lime thyme. Now, I might not pull everything up, but I just want to get everything harvested. And then I want y'all to go ahead and hit the subscribe button because what I'm going to do is I will share with you what we are going to plant in this bed next. But really quickly, let me share with you about the small issue, and I see that it's coming back again with the bush beans, is the fact that whenever you see those little lime green moths flying around, most of the time they're laying eggs, y'all, and so we had a problem with a lot of the worms that were laying eggs and eating the leaves. And we went ahead, I think we had to do a total of 3 applications of the BT, but now I see where they're starting slowly but surely to come back because we've had some rain. And remember, 2 things I always say: it's not a one and done, and then if it rains, you're probably going to have to reapply. So a little bit of pest pressure, but we're going to go ahead and just harvest everything. This is enough probably for me and Chris, to make. I wanted to make a couple of things with it, but I really want to get it harvested because if you guys have been following us, we have really been changing out the beds to the cool weather plants and more of the fall plants, and they're starting to grow. And again, I want you to hit that subscribe button because once I get a few more beds planted, next I want to come in and I want to start to feed the bed. So let me go ahead, let me get this harvested. I want to share with you what we harvested, and then hopefully this will encourage you, no matter what season that you're in, to go ahead and start to grow. And what I want to share with you really quick, I'm going to put the link in the description. Since we're going into the fall season, we actually have a fall winter garden plan that's free to download, especially if you're growing in smaller areas, smaller containers, patios, or you could just use it as a guide to be able to grow with us this fall and winter. Y'all know that I like to do flowers, vegetables, herbs in a lot of my beds and in a lot of my containers. So it's just a good combination and a good way to also start companion planting. So let me get all of these harvested and I'll share with you what we got. Okay, y'all, so I had to find my own method that was quick on harvesting these. And so this is kind of like a 2-for-1. So I'm pulling the plant, and then I'm also harvesting the beans as well, so that when I get done harvesting, all of the beans will be pulled up as well, because these are bush beans and they're pretty much putting on everything. But this is what I also wanted to tell y'all. I gotta just talk to y'all for a minute while I'm doing this, and then I'm gonna show y'all what I've harvested. You know, I hear a lot of conversations, and I listen to a lot of people that kind of downplay what they harvest in the garden. I don't care if it's 10 green beans or 3 tomatoes. Be proud. Be proud, because that's something that you grew, that's something you nurtured. You went through those lessons, and you get better every season. But how can I put this? I heard somebody say to another person, this is just me ear hustling. She was like, "Oh, so you got your little garden?" And I was like, "Little, child, you better correct her right now. I got my garden. Ain't no little garden." So I just hear a lot of people downplaying, y'all. It's a skill to grow your own. And so that's why I said, even if I had 10 green beans, I grew them, and I'll find something to do with them. I'll put it like in a salad or something. But I just wanted to share that with y'all as I'm out here listening to the breeze of the trees, and just, now I don't have my gloves on, and the mosquitoes have reminded me twice that I don't have my gloves on. But another thing I can remember, y'all, I remember like my granddad would bring like bushels of beans. These were the same beans, or similar to them, that we would be on the front porch, and it would be the cousins and my sister, y'all. We would just be snapping beans and laughing and playing. But that was getting work done, and that was also helping my grandmother out when she got ready to cook them. Now I'm going to stop for a second really quick, because here's the thing. Everything that you harvest is not going to be like what you get at the grocery store, okay? We've just been so accustomed to like perfect. Things are still edible. Some things are smaller. Now there's some I'm not keeping, like this one right here. I know y'all probably like, yeah, you could keep it. That's a little bit too small, so we just gonna let that one go. And then a couple of them are gone too far along. Like I can feel the seeds in there, because someone also asked me too, when is the best time to harvest them? And you don't want to let them get where, like for me, the seeds start bulging out. I think something like this is like perfect. And again, if I'm not mistaken, because y'all know I'm working on myself with trying to get better with labeling, I think these are Blue Lake bush beans. I really want to say that's what they are. There are a few that I could see where the seeds are starting to bulge in them, but I just wanted to share that message with y'all. Okay, now when I come back on again, because I got to finish this section up and then that section over there, and I want to show you the harvest, because I'm gonna have to go get another container. Okay, y'all, so everything, oh, did I forget one? Yep. Okay, this is okay. That's all right. So we've cleared out the beans. I'll just put that right there. We've cleared out the beans, and we're not going to pull the marigolds today. I really wanted to harvest the beans. I really wish I could go in and cook them right now, but I still am going to go in and wash them up. I'll probably leave them in the refrigerator, because we already have our dinner for tonight. I'll leave them in the refrigerator, and hopefully I can cook them tomorrow, y'all. This is some things that I've noticed, and I'm going to hurry up because I felt 10 drops of rain. They said it was going to rain, but that's like win, lose, or draw type deal. But this is one of the things that I'm hoping for in the future. Is this was just a 4x8 bed, and we still had flowers in here, so it wasn't a full 4x8 row of beans. if you want to keep them coming all season long, you're definitely going to have to succession plant, especially if you're doing bush beans. You'll probably have to succession plant every 2 or 3 weeks, and you will have a good amount. Like, I seriously think this is a nice amount. This is more than enough for me and Chris. We're not gonna eat beans for those many days. I don't mind leftovers, but I think after a day, Chris go to acting funny about leftovers, and I always say be thankful, because some people don't have anything to eat. But I will still clean all of them, and I will probably freeze some as well, because it's not enough for me to like get out all of my canning equipment and can some. So we probably just gonna freeze these. But this was what I was thinking, y'all. Now, I don't know if y'all have ever did that, but whatever I was gonna say totally went away. I don't know what I was gonna say, but anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get these in. I'm gonna wash them up. I went ahead because I am about to pull another bed that had cucumbers. I got 3 cucumbers. 2 of them are I could see that the worms are digging through those. And like I said, I sprayed those with the BT, but since we're supposed to get some rain, I guess, and then we had some last week, that a lot of times it's not a one and done, and I continue to see, you know, the moths just laying eggs, which is why I'm really coming out here every day to check on my fall items that I've planted. Hit the subscribe button, y'all. I can't do it today, but over the next couple of days, maybe a few days, we have got to thin the radish, which is right here, and we have got to start thinning these carrots. Y'all know this is not my favorite thing to do, thinning, but it has to be done. Since the weather is starting to cool down, a lot of the cooler weather plants like the calendula is starting to take off. I was really monitoring this one because it acted like it didn't want to get itself together, but it looks like it's popping back. I'm disappointed again. I don't know if it's the company, but this is like my second time doing bunching onions and nothing is coming up where these 2 are. But make sure you hit that subscribe button. But we are gonna finish cleaning all of this out. We're gonna pull the marigolds, we're gonna top it off with compost, and we're gonna put some leafy greens in there. I'm indecisive right now because I got broccoli, I have collards, and I don't have any kale. I got regular broccoli, purple broccoli, and collards, and some cabbage. So, and more lettuce that I did start from seed. So we're just going to start popping things in as long as we get it planted. But again, y'all, I want y'all to remember, it doesn't matter if you harvest 2 green beans, 1 green bean, 1 radish. It's all part of the process. It's all part of you learning and growing, and you did that. Like, I'm just grateful every single time that I harvest anything out of here. But I'm gonna tell you, what can't be beat, first of all, is these literally are going to be walked a few steps. They do not have to travel by plane, automobile, train, anything like that. So it's not losing all of this nutritional value. And then I guarantee you that the taste cannot be beat. It can't be beat. I'm telling y'all, unless you go to a farm and harvest it yourself that day, the taste can't be beat, y'all. So I hope this was helpful. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Make sure you share this video with your family and your friends. And if you're not a subscriber, go ahead, tap that subscribe button. Make sure you tap the bell so that you can receive notification each and every time we upload a new video. Again, thank you all so much for watching, and until the next video, bye bye.